Hi, you guys. My name is Maya, and I'm a teaching fellow here at the Mississippi Museum of Art. And welcome to Look and Learn. So, right now, I'm sitting on Leonardo Drew's City in the Grass. And I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of like an alpha to alpha. Kind of, it's looking like the Empire State Building in New York. You see this huge tower. And if you ever come down here, you'll be able to see small little buildings, homes, kind of have this look of you're in the airplane looking down at a city. So, and I encourage you to come and sit on one of these hills like I am. But today we are going to be reading a book, and we're going to be reading Busy, Busy World by Richard Scarry. Dr. Crunchchew of Russia. On Monday, Dr. Crunchchew fixed lion's teeth. And this is Dr. Crunchchew, and you see the lion's mouth roaring big and wide. On Tuesday, he fixed alligator's teeth. On Wednesday, he looked at hippopotamus teeth. On Thursday, Walrus asked Dr. Crunchchew, "Don't you ever get tired of looking at teeth?" "Simply not," said Dr. Crunchchew. "I love teeth." On Friday, he cleaned a nice old grandmother's teeth. "What have you been eating lately, Grandma?" he asked. Grandma wouldn't say, she just giggled. "Very nice molars you have, Mr. Mole," laughed Dr. Crunchchew on Saturday. On Sunday, Mrs. Crunchchew said, "You have been licking at teeth all week. You need a rest. Go and look at something different. Why don't you go to the National History Museum and look at birds and flowers and other things?" So Dr. Crunchchew went to the museum and looked at birds and flowers and all other things. And you guys can see he's looking at teeth again. So I don't know if he's really following the instructions of Mrs. Crunchchew there. Thank you so much for coming today and joining me for Look and Learn. I hope to see you next time. Bye.
Thank you to Maya for reading that story for us. Hi everyone, and welcome to our studio classroom. Today we're going to be doing an art activity based on Leonardo Drew's City in the Grass and our story that Maya graciously read for us. Now for today's activity, I'm going to be using some washable paint, but feel free to use whatever materials you have at home. Before we begin, let's start by mixing some colors. Our primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. But what happens when we mix these colors together? First, I have some red and yellow. By taking a bit of red, and then by taking a little bit of yellow, what color do you think we'll make? If you guessed orange, you're right. Now, if I want this orange to be lighter, I'll just keep adding some more yellow into it. But if I want it to be darker and more red, then I'll add some more red into it. However which way you want to do this is great. Once you're done mixing that color, you can wash out your brush. I now have some blue and red. What do you think will happen when we mix blue and red together? If you guessed purple, you're right. And with a new clean brush, let's see what happens when we mix yellow and blue together. First, I'm going to take some yellow and put it in the middle. And since this blue is pretty strong, I'm only going to take a little bit. We'll mix them together. What color did we make? If you see green, you're right. Now the other materials that we're going to be using today are a piece of paper and a household sponge. You can cut these sponges up into different shapes if you're able. But of course, if you don't have a sponge on hand, a piece of cardboard can do. Now our prompt for today is to make a piece that takes us anywhere we want to go. Sort of like Leonardo Drew's City in the Grass. Now let me show you how we can make a city from just this one sponge. First, I'm going to take our red and we're going to lightly dip it into the paint. And we can lay our foundation of the city. If we want to change colors, we can either wash out our sponge or we can just keep going. I'm going to use this wonderful purple that I made. If you want an even taller building, what do you think we can do? What else can we put in our city? Maybe a road? Maybe a sun? And what about our museum? We can make a door for it, for all the people to come in, and perhaps even a roof. I hope that you enjoyed this Look and Learn book and activity for today. Feel free to share with us what you've made.